From historic Fenway Park here in Boston, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here. And on the hill here today, Garrett Crochet. What do we need to know here?
Well, this guy featuring that straight four-seam fastball, but off of it throws the cutter. And really, he's most effective when he's using that cutter off the four-seam fastball just to miss the barrel of the bat. Not always going to see the swings and misses, but if you can somehow get weaker contact, you have a chance to collect some outs. Now, it's going to look the same until the very last second, so hitters are going to have to make a decision and hope that sometimes they're able to guess right.
The wind of the pitch. Going to count 1 and 2.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Fights that one away. Still 1 and 2. Kicks and deals. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He wastes no time on this one, and just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Well, we see this so much more today. Lineups with pop in the leadoff spot, and it really puts the pitcher in a tough spot out there where he has to execute right away. You can't just get over a couple of strikes to settle in, get comfortable, because at the plate, that guy's looking to do exactly what he just did. Start the game off with a huge bang.
He takes it on his own. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. Here's a Mets lineup now. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing they can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop. Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. And now it's Mark Vientos. And that one hammered out towards left field. That one back there, and it is gone way over the monster. A gigantic blast. It's their 2nd home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. It's 2-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Kicks and fires. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Nabs it, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working, and it's 2-0. Back after this on the show. And stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran.
The left fielder.
And a pitch.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And here it comes. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
No, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders, have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And it bangs off the monster. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
showed off some really nice oppo pop with that swing and just couldn't get it over the fence. But I absolutely love everything about that approach and the mechanics right there.
Alex Bregman in the box now. No balls and a strike. Outside. Now 1-2. Man at second. Bounced out to short. Lindor whips it across, and they get Bregman for the out. Here's a check of the Red Sox lineup put together by manager Alex Cora. Trailing by a couple of runs already, and I'm sure they'd like to erase that deficit quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to let this deficit get into your head and you're trying to just make up the difference with one swing and you really don't have the base runners on. You've got to contribute, keep the line moving, and all of a sudden you have a big inning, everything shifts, and you find yourself in the driver's seat.
Got him swinging, and that is that. One hit, one left. On to the second. Second inning set to go. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Crochet back to work. Drops one down in front of the plate. In there safely. And at first, and stepping in for New York, Francisco Alvarez. Runner takes off, and that one fouled off. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there.
Runner goes again. There's a ball. Throw. Safe.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they succeed.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A massive home run. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
So up next for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. And that one is lifted in the air. Rafaela on the move. Long run. Nice grab. One away. And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. And that turns the lineup over. Back to the top of the lineup. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Save.
When you're trying to swipe a bag against an elite level arm behind the plate like this guy, you better get a great jump and hope that your speed can finish this job. That was a great jump right there. Really nice steal of second base.
The pitch. Out there to center. Rafaela under it. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. He's in there. So man aboard. And now it's Juan Soto. Grounded out his first time. And there's the strike.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. 2 outs. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Pitch. That one cutting but missing down low. And another ball. Righty delivers. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Foul ball. Comes the 2-2. That one missed. And down on strikes. And now 1 away.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him, man. You know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
The Red Sox down by 4, bottom half of inning number 2. Good eye in that spot.
It's a good take.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Tristan Casas in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. In there at the knees, and that is strike 2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. And the hitter's
and he chases that one. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back now at Fenway, and here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Crochet back to work. This to third. Bregman to first.
He's out.
And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Mark Vientos. He's already homered in this game. Ball 1 there.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
Flips the corner, and it's 1-1. That one is absolutely belted. That's bad. And it hits the top of the wall. And that's a double.
Having a really nice game here. That's his 2nd extra base hit. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
Marte now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Man at second. That's to third. Marte retired. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Into center. Rafaela under it. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. A double. Back here at Fenway, bottom of the inning. Still stepping in for Boston. Connor Wong. Gets him to chase after that one.
No ball, 1 strike.
Wouldn't chase that time.
1-1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1
Here comes a pitch. And a foul ball. And the righty deals. Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy in the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Toss to Alonso. 2 up, 2 down. Now batting Jaron Duran.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And that one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. That one fouled off. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're back here in Boston. Out of the 4th, digging in, Francisco Alvarez. And he deals. Right through there for a strike.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Bernansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway. One down, base is empty. Trying to bunt his way on, and he can't come up with it. And he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it. Well, Singy, that was really nice looking, able to get it down and in a good spot.
And he makes it look easy. Bat angle was perfect. Barrel stayed above the hand.
Here goes the runner. Ground ball up the middle. Gathers and throws to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Francisco Lindor to the plate now. Fans love him, but he's pretty popular with the players, too.
He certainly is, Boog. A player survey on MLB.com listed him as one of the friendliest infielders to chat with during a game. I'm sure he appreciates the recognition from his peers.
And he's safe at first.
From the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base, regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw. Save.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Man on second, 2 down. Caught it, looking for the K. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Red Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And now it's Alex Bregman. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Devers aboard here at first with nobody out.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Righty to the plate. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
The throw is wild, and it gets away. Right-hander kicks, deals. And a big swing and a miss. Tries to get back and see. The 0-2. And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him way out front of the slur.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Next offering is downstairs. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1-2.
Two outs. Swings through it for the K. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. We go to the top of the 5th, and stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. The pitch. A swing and a soft liner. Calls it in, and there's one away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
In for a strike. 0-1. You know, Singy, they talk about Red Sox Nation, but there is something to that because the Boston Red Sox aren't just about Boston or Massachusetts. It's that whole New England area. So you're talking about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. And he takes a strike.
They travel really well, and I think Red Sox fans are sprinkled all over the country.
Bounce to third. Fires over to first. And the first two set down in the top of the 5th. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Starling Marte.
Designated hitter, Starling.
Out towards right center field. And it drops in. And that keeps the inning going. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Garrett Crochet will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm out of the bullpen, Garrett Whitlock.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. 1 for 2. Marte on the move. In the air out towards right center. On the move to the gap. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that. Here's Trevor Story. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Story, multi-time All-Star, 31 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2011. And a pitch. That clips the corner.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Struck him out. He says, I don't care about draft rounds. Take a seat.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Casas in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, base is empty. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ground ball, left side. Sends it to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
1. Batting for the second time. And that's strike 1.
1 strike.
On the ground. And that one handled in plenty of time at first. And it's a 1-2-3. And we're back here at Fenway Park, all set for the start of the inning. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. And a pitch. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
At the belt and fires. Got him looking for the K. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get...
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And it's off the green monster. So up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Right down to shoot, and it's 0-1. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
But with a good arm behind the dish, it's definitely a roll of the dice here to try to steal second base. Man, he can zip it down there so quickly. That was a pretty good throw.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. To the warning track, makes the catch. So the lineup flips over. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. This guy is one of the best athletes. Runner takes off. Pitch outside. Over to third, but the throw's offline.
But sometimes stealing third base can be tough, especially if that shortstop or second baseman are making some noises, moving towards the bag, try to make you think that you've got to stay close. Well, they didn't do a very good job of that. Got a comfortable lead, got a great jump, and that's how you steal third base.
Two outs. And there's the strike.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And here it comes. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. 2 outs and a runner at third. And we're at the top half of the 6th. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. No runs, 1 hit. Back inside Fenway Park. Here's the center fielder, Ceddanne Rafaela. Ryan Stanek on the pitch out of the pen here.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And he deals. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
You know, these Red Sox, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And there's a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. That one in triple digits.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. He goes down looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. This is his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's Devers at the plate. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. 2 down, nobody on. That misses the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Oh, and he hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Now it's Alex Bregman.
Well, in the box, he's seen that movie before. It wasn't a good movie either. He knew how it was going to end right from the beginning.
0-1.
Devers off of first with 2 away. And it's 1-1. And a strike right through there. That one in triple digits. And another ball.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Slider got him for strike 3. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of inning number 7. Down to number 2 hitter, Juan Soto. The pitch. Now fly ball to right center. Moving under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 1 down, base is empty. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Righty delivers. Swings here and blasts one left field, and it hits off the monster. The throw into second. The tag out.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
And it's down away. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Durant going back on this one. And it bangs off the monster. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Tries to get back and save. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
That's hard hit on the line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And bottom of the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Kristen Campbell. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the first out. So digging in, Wilyer Abreu, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. A new pitcher in the game, Danny Young. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Number 81, Danny Young.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
The Mets leading by 5 here at the bottom of the 7th. And down 1 and 2. Got him swinging. Had him way out front of the slur.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
And now the count 1 and 2 after the swing and the miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just off the inside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
2 outs. In the air, left field. Nimmo has it sized up. Hauls it in to end the inning. Back here at Fenway, we go to the 8th, and stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Whitlock back to work. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. That one ripped left field. That's going back. Back some more. Into the monster seats and gone. He sends it out of here. It's 6-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh, look at the stop. And very nicely done for the out.
So many people fail to realize just how great defensively Trevor Story is, as you see on the dive right there. And I think part of it because he played on the same side of the infield as the great Nolan Arenado.
Out to short on the run. Throw to first. Out. 2 down. And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor. 1 for 3. The other way. Bounces over the wall and foul ground. It's an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
Here's Francisco Lindor. He's trying for third. Out at third. And that ends the inning. The Mets add 1 to their lead on this solo shot. Back here in Boston, now batting Tristan Casas. The pitch. And that's in there at the knees. Young goes 6 feet 3 inches. He throws a slurve, a sinker, and occasionally uses a cutter. And 1-2.
1-2.
And the pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And next for the Red Sox, Connor Wong.
The catcher, Connor Wong.
The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Reed Garrett.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Struck him out looking. Cedane Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
0-1.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The Red Sox with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Goes down looking. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. Whitlock back to work. And a swing and a miss.
No ball. 1 strike.
Ripped on the ground to second. Whips it to first.
Out.
And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Now at right field,
Juan Soto now. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And first offering is fouled off. Right-handed reliever. And a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Got a pretty ugly offer going into this game up until that at bat, so a little sigh of relief there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
The pitch. In the air, out towards left center. Brings it in. The throw in. And they almost caught him, but he's back in time. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark Vientos. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Back here at Fenway, all set for the bottom of the ninth. Here's the left fielder, Jarrett, taking over on the mound for the Mets, Edwin Diaz.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Down the middle for a strike.
No ball.
0-1.
One strike.
Diaz, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, and he works in a two-seamer. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Well struck left field. Nimmo going back on it. Up against the wall and brings it in.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it's staying in the ballpark.
Bregman, the next to hit, takes ball one.
1-0.
Right side, and this should do it. On to first, ball game. And the Mets take this one in a blowout.
These hitters had the long ball working for them today. 4 home runs had a lot to do with them coming out on top.
6-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious New York Mets, 6 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They left 8 runners on base. For the Red Sox, no runs.